The fastest way to kill those two-blade mercenary people is to lure them under a counterweight lift and then activate it. Using eagle vision, this is what the lifts look like. The area of effect for these counterweights seems pretty large since the ninja wasn't stood next to me when I activated it. The lifts appear more frequently in the round city, becoming slightly less prevalent the more you move outwards. The collapsing scaffolding works too. You can use photo mode to look around corners and over ceilings. I can see the golden scroll there, but I can't figure out how to get to it. Push in both analog buttons at the same time to enter into photo mode, which is what I'm using here. There is the scroll, so how do I get in? Turns out I need to smash that window lock over there. I throw a dagger, smash the lock, climb over, go around, and in I get. You can throw your torch at enemies and see them set on fire and run away. You cannot do it in combat and it's not deadly, but it will get a guard moving and is perhaps a last option if you have completely run out of projectiles. Setting those two-blade ninja mercenaries alight will allow you to get in a few cheap shots before he is able to retaliate, though knocking one from a lofty location seems to work better. In fact, heavy attacking enemies off of high elevations seems to be a solid move in this game, especially when they all approach via the same ladder, each being hideously oblivious to the pile of corpses lying beneath. If you are struggling to climb to certain areas, the focus skill takes most of the work out of it. In some cases, this even bypasses the climbing challenges that the game has set up for you. I couldn't get over the spikes in this particular area, so I teleport over there. I teleport up here. Even for normal gameplay, getting up and around this ring wall is kind of a hassle, so it makes sense that you would use your focus skill to teleport up there. Even with one focus bar, focus being a skill you learn later in the game, even with one focus bar, you still kind of get 2 kills. As you can see here, I've taken this one down, but this dope here is so oblivious, still staring at his wall, that I have time to assassinate. The final target for your focus attack should be as far away or as concealed as possible. This one worked out well because the final enemy left me concealed in the grass. A great trick is to target 4 on the ground and a final 5th guard up high somewhere. I like this move because I get an extra assassination in at the very end. See how my final target is up high, leaving me out of harm's way. The 2 guys down there are still completely unaware of what's happened. Hold L2 or the left trigger to take cover behind walls. Give a little whistle to attract a guard, and while he wanders over, take down the guard who is left behind. Assassinate here and go on undetected. You can use other tools while hidden, like here I use a flammable smoke bomb from behind cover. It sets ablaze because of the fire behind the super guard. This draws him near, so I can assassinate without worry of open combat. Turn off aim assist. You do it here in the menu under gameplay. Turn off aim assist and you have full, unhindered control of your projectile aiming. For example, a classic trick is to aim just above the enemy's head from a distance for a quick and easy kill. This long-distance shot would be significantly more difficult if the game was trying to auto-aim back at the enemy's head. Also, this works for blow darts as well. As you can see, the red icon appears above his head, take the shot, and down he goes. This is another good example considering that I don't have the extended range upgrade on this blow dart. Use a blow dart to put guards to sleep so that you can pickpocket a key or a mysterious shard. It was the shot in the foot that finally took down this big guy. It allowed me to wander over and steal his key. Do this and you get the "you snooze, you lose" trophy or achievement. It's easier to achieve with the mysterious shard because when you get partway into the game, their location is displayed on the map. You can see the shard symbol above that person's head. I killed the bodyguards and I'm hiding. The blow dart puts the enemy to sleep so that I can saunter over and pickpocket the shard. This is one of the most missable achievements in the game because there are only a limited number of guards who have keys or a mysterious shard. You can change your tool upgrades at the Assassin's Bureau, so upon occasion with the blow dart, try the combination enemies cannot be woken by others, mixed with sleep lasts indefinitely. Obviously, in this case, don't pick Effect Duration improves by 4 seconds, because it's redundant when sleep already lasts indefinitely. With this combination, you can take down guards in missions where you're not supposed to hurt anyone. Plus, when other guards see them sleeping, they don't panic as they would if they were dead, which makes stealth a little easier. On the menu screen, go to Controls, and then under the Controller heading, look for Customize Controls. Here, go down here and set Dismount Disembark to Press, which speeds up the getting off of your mount and, more importantly, speeds up the releasing of those movable puzzle parts. It's a small difference, but it makes life a lot easier. Normally, when I want to release, I have to press and hold. But I go to Customize Controls and set it to Press. Now, all I do is press to release, which is much easier. Also, on PC, you can increase your walking speed, which I do suggest you do. Also, consider going to Controls and set the menu hold factor down to 100 milliseconds, because it takes far too long on the default settings. You often have skill points that you cannot invest yet. If you are tired of the prompt on the top right, go to Menu, Options, and Interface, down to the HUD Hero, and turn the skill points to off. Play on Master Assassin mode. If you are a veteran of the game, even if you have only become interested in Assassin's Creed since Origins perhaps, I guarantee that you have the gaming chops to play on the hardest difficulty. Take my word for it, most of the negative reviews on this game are born from the idea that it's too short and it relies too much on stealth. Yet, if you play on the hardest difficulty, then the game lasts a fair amount longer, the missions have more impact, and you start to rely on stealth because it has a tangible in-game benefit, i.e. that of avoiding open combat. Even at Notoriety level 3, beat the dual-bladed ninja and it resets your notoriety. The blow dart doesn't work on these ninja mercenary types, and stealth attacks do very little damage. If you parry him 3 to 5 times, the kill prompt will appear. Do not do this. It takes too long and the timing is razor sharp. I've sped this up here, but this takes so much practice that it really isn't worth it, especially when I can just knock him off a building or blast him to pieces with traps and grenades. You are much better off using the environment like lifts or scaffolding for a simple, easy, one-shot kill. Turn on guaranteed pickpocketing through the menu, then options, then gameplay, and over to guaranteed pickpocket, which should be turned to on. This is a massive quality of life factor if you're planning to invest hours into this game, especially since pickpocketing is your most efficient means of currency income. You will still receive the Hands of a Thief trophy or achievement for pickpocketing 50 people. The toolboxes around town will respawn. The number of tool items inside of each is random. Try fast traveling to your Assassin's Bureau and after a while this box will refill with your throwable tools. This is early in the game, so all I have are daggers. Here is later in the game when I have unlocked all of the tools. You can also restock your throwable tools at merchants. Break windows with your throwing dagger or your sword. Break board door locks with your sword too. These roof floor things can also be smashed with the dagger. Here's another one. Some barred doors can be broken with daggers, often through a window, but sometimes by other means, such as in this example where you have to carefully find the lock and break it. Then there are times like this when you throw the dagger through the void in their defences, which breaks the lock so that you can open the door from the other side. If I grab a flame oil barrel from a nearby location, these explosive barrel things can break down boulder walls. You can traverse a variety of terrains while holding the oil flame barrel thing. They break walls and these boulder floors too. The whistle trigger and deadly blast mine trick doesn't work anymore. I try it here, but it doesn't work. It looks like I still need the explosive barrel. Once you unlock the extra tool capacity skills 1, 2, and 3, you cannot reset these skill points. Keep this in mind if, like me, you are frequently resetting your skills to try to experiment with different builds. During the main quest investigation, you are tasked with killing Al Ghul. After this mission, you can visit Ibn Musa at the Hidden Ones Bureau, after which you can start unlocking new tools. Once you have unlocked all of the tools, it also unlocks the Tool Quick Use skill. The spice dust bags can be activated with a throwing weapon, which allows you to assassinate the enemies caught within. As you know, a dust pouch or smoke bomb allows you to assassinate enemies even if you were in open combat. Drop a bomb at your feet quickly by pressing L2 and X on the PlayStation or left trigger and A on Xbox. This is due to the tool quick use skill that you get once you have unlocked all of the tools. It is fiddly to learn, but it is possible to drop mines behind you while you are running. That way the cadre of gods following you will be caught in the blast. I found it difficult to remember which buttons to press because you have to press L2 or the left trigger and then press one of the corresponding buttons to drop a mine. Nevertheless, learning the buttons did help me quite a bit in the long run, especially when I was in a suitably unsuitable sticky situation. Poison-tipped dagger is pretty useless on Master Assassin mode, but heavy blade and armor piercing are great for finishing off heavy armored enemies. The counter roll was designed for these types of enemies because it drops you behind them where they are most vulnerable. The best way to take down an aggravated armored enemy is to blind them with smoke and then assassinate, or failing that a focus shot, perhaps having the dust pouch with the mind wipe skill. The corrode body is fine, but there are a few occasions where leaving a dead body isn't really a big deal. You're going to be doing it quite often, so I prefer armor piercing because it takes down the big armored enemies more conveniently. If you have the corrode knife upgrade, then you can throw a corroded knife at a dead body and it will still disappear. If you also have the recover knife skill, you can quickly walk over the corpse, recover the knife, and use it to disappear another enemy corpse. Just make sure you're quick because the knives do disappear in this case. Try to keep 1 or 2 merchant favor tokens in your inventory just in case you happen across a chest that needs a token to open. Otherwise, spend them where you like, including to reduce the merchant prices, because you can pickpocket an infinite supply of any type of token. The game requires 1,460 components to fully upgrade all of your tools. So if you haven't upgraded in a while, just run to a shop and buy a few cogs. On the merchant screen, press backwards, L2 or left trigger to skip to 100 rather than having to run all the way up the other way. Reducing merchant prices with tokens will lower the price of cogs from 5 to 3. There's a trophy or achievement called Masquerader, and it is missable in Assassin's Creed Mirage. When you take the mission The Great Symposium, you gain access to Al-Rabsu if you take the white robe from a former patient. However, since it's possible to kill Al-Ribazu without getting close, such as with throwing a knife, it is possible to miss this item and therefore miss the achievement. For the Masquerader trophy or achievement, you also need the Unique Tunic, which is found during the Servant and the Imposter main quest, but that one is unmissable. You can see here I just got the white robe. You will know which section I mean because this section starts with you giving your passphrase to a guard. Also, I was given a choice for passphrases. I picked all those who shall return, and he said it was correct. You still have access to all collectibles after completing the story, so as long as you've completed the blow dart pickpocket and the white robe portions of the game, you can go on to 100% complete the game after finishing the main story. Assassin's Creed has a larger assassinations range than most stealth action games will allow you to have. For example, look at how you can pull people over objects. You can hang from walls. You can dangle and assassinate. And you can leap from above. You can parkour and assassinate if you wish. The enemies have a slight delay in their reaction times that you can exploit. Whistle to attract one enemy at a time. And even on Master Assassin mode, your kill zone is quite sizable. If you are out of active combat but the NPC still won't talk to you, save if you can, and then reload your save and everything should be fine. Oddly, if you cannot save and reload, try moving well out of sight of the problem NPC, then getting back into open combat and then get out of it again. This time, when you go back, hopefully the NPC will want to talk. The mount and bird options are just skins. They don't make a difference to the effectiveness of your creatures. In short, pick the creature designs that you like and prefer, rather than the ones that are the most expensive, since they have no added benefit. The same is true of talismans. You can earn them and buy them, but they are purely cosmetic and offer no in-game benefit or bonus. As you have probably guessed, there's no in-game benefit to adding dyes to your clothing. It's purely cosmetic, but you do get a trophy or achievement when you apply dye to your outfit for the first time. While playing on Master Assassin mode, take a quest and then save just outside of the danger area. If you go to your inventory, the button for quick save is just down there. Save when you get to the starting area of each map, especially contracts, because the autosave feature will drag you all over the map after you die. Also, the game sometimes autosaves after you fail a side objective, such as not being detected and not killing. So manually saving beforehand gives you a place to try again if you mess it up the first time. The game tells you how to take down armored enemies in this tooltip here, how their legs and back are vulnerable, and how some tools will still work on this enemy, especially the armor-piercing ones, dodging behind the enemy after it strikes and then getting some slashes in. Then, the guy did a Peter Pan right off of this roof right here. Heavy attacks will cancel an enemy's unblockable red attack, but I wouldn't recommend it. Instead, soften up an enemy with tools before taking them on in open combat. Also, pressing the dodge button once is all that is required during battle. However, if you are trying to run away or put yourself out of fire, then double press the dodge button to do a roll. I was 28 hours into the game before I discovered this. If you don't have the Breakfall skill yet, then what you can do is jump from a high height and hold X on the PlayStation or A on Xbox, and you will do a roll as you land, which cushions some of the blow, though having the Breakfall skill will help lower damage considerably when jumping from much higher elevations. In order to do parkour, you don't have to keep pressing A or X to jump and climb and such. In this case here, all I'm doing is holding X on the PlayStation, and the parkouring is happening automatically. In this case, I'm not pressing X to jump, I'm just holding X. Hold X on the PlayStation or A on Xbox to climb faster. In these examples, the one on the left is climbing at the regular rate. The one on the right is climbing faster because I'm holding down the button. Hold X on PlayStation or hold A on Xbox to climb structures faster and, more importantly, to move faster sideways when you are dangling from ledges. Press and hold right on the D-pad to call your horse or camel. Keep holding right on the D-pad and you will automatically mount your ride. Your riding animal has a stamina bar. If you gallop over roads, your stamina bar doesn't go down. If you press to gallop over open terrain, then the stamina bar goes down. In addition, you can parry projectiles, but I wouldn't recommend it. Getting the timing right is significantly more difficult than simply moving. It would be worth it if you could deflect them back, but you can't. You can attack from a hidden spot. Like, if you are in one of these toilet things, you can wait for an enemy to wander by and then take them down without anybody else being alerted. It works with these haystack things too. Using Eagle Vision, the silver pouches have regular treasure, and the golden pouches have slightly more valuable treasure. Pickpocketing is your most efficient way of making money in Assassin's Creed Mirage. Also, there's no benefit to individually selling items. Always use the Sell All feature. I don't know why the developers even give you the option to sell things one at a time, when it serves no use or purpose. If you don't want to kill enemies, such as here in this rescue mission, then the smoke bomb comes in very handy. If you cannot use your bird in a certain area, it's because you are in active combat or a restricted area where archer marksmen are present. Either take down the archers to re-enable your bird, or move outside of that area.
The sky is safe once more, my friend.
If you wish, you can throw a smoke bomb with the Flammable Smoke upgrade, and then throw a torch and it will light up the place. Though I prefer it the other way around. I prefer to throw the torch first and then throw the Flammable Smoke bomb, because I feel it gives me a bigger margin for error. There is a trophy achievement for using these musical people. Their primary purpose is to distract the guards, typically to get them away from an entrance, or to get them away from a lootable chest, as is in this case. There is a trophy or achievement for blending in and assassinating. Keep this in mind as you play, because it's a hassle to hunt down this trophy once the game is completed. See, in this case, the guard just walked on by, which is convenient but overly rare. Typically you have to whistle, like this, and the guard comes over so that you can attack while you are still blending in, aka you still have that white outline around your character. If you are going for 100% completion, try to conduct a few blend-in assassinations over the course of the game, because getting it after you have completed the game is fiddly and time-consuming. You can whistle and then sit in a chair, assassinate the guard, which you then place on the chair, after which your notoriety will not go up, even if you do it in front of soldiers and the general public. Sadly, even though the prompt says blend in, this doesn't count towards your blend in trophy, as mentioned in the previous tip. Again, if you are going for 100% completion, collapse scaffolding whenever you see it, even if there are no enemies under it. You have to collapse 20 of them to get the trophy or achievement, and running around looking for them after the game is completed is not as fun as it sounds. If you do find yourself in this position, then run between these locations that I'm showing you here. There seems to be quite a few scaffolding structures in this general area. If you drop a dust pouch in public, and then do some assassinating, your notoriety doesn't go up. It only goes up if somebody sees you doing something wrong, or if you harm a citizen. Apparently, what happens in the dust cloud stays in the dust cloud. A classic tip is to turn a Noisemaker into a low-yield grenade. You need the upgrades Sparks and Shockwave. You can see in this group of enemies it doesn't kill them, but it certainly messes up their day. Throwable tools will not harm your allies. As you can see in this example, my Noisemaker grenades are blasting and burning the enemy troops, but my allies are walking away unharmed. The easiest way to get the Silencer trophy is to take down one of those alarm guys and use a throwing dagger to destroy the horn while it's on the floor. Failing that, take a shot at the horn while the big guy is walking around. If you use your eagle view in the book room, you will see these patterns above the archers. The clue found here in the same room gives you an idea as to where each book goes. So, it's blue for the ocean first, yellow for the desert, black for cobra, and white for dove. There are a few things you can do when you are just about to be spotted. My favourite is to activate focus shot right away as soon as possible. I've just climbed over this wall and it's infested with guards, but before they can react, I use the focus skill. Even in this case, I'm supposed to be in active combat, but the guards haven't seen me yet, so I can focus shot all of them at once. If you haven't unlocked focus shots yet, or you don't have any charged, then sleep darts will do the same job quickly enough to stop further guards from running over. There is a lost book in the Round City, and I personally had trouble finding it, so I'm sharing its location here with you. Here is how you find this book. I'm taking you from here, the main entrance of the building. There is a locked door that you probably haven't opened. If you find said lost door, then you know you're close. Here it is. You now go back up this way, up over here, then in here is the book. This tale of Baghdad is such a break from the usual gameplay routine that I actually thought it was glitched or bugged. This is the one I'm talking about outside of the observatory. I have already been through and unlocked and opened most of the stuff. I'm just going to show you where the papers are located. After talking to this guy, through this door, up the stairs, there is the first one. Through the window, over here. I hope you took my previous advice and changed your Disembark to press rather than hold. Up here, this is the second one. I jump down here and the paper will fly away. It wants you to parkour after it. Remember, you can hold X on the PlayStation or A on Xbox and most of the parkour will happen for you. There is no time limit. Once you get up here, the paper will always sit and rest here. Go back to the guy, choose your dialogue option, and the tale is complete.